Sasuke vs Danzo might be Naruto's greatest fight, and in this video, Mikey Yubi and I will be explaining why. I'll cover the physical and tactical aspects, while he'll cover the historical and emotional ones.
Sasuke vs Danzo is a fight that is balanced out incredibly well, and by this I mean the stellar choreography and intense action doesn't override the emotional tension between these two characters. At the very start of this arc, Sasuke had his eyes set on Danzo, like a hawk who's continuously stalking its prey till it gets cornered, and it's rather fitting that Sasuke had changed his name to Team Taka for this section of the story. As compared to when he was under the name of Team Hebi, Sasuke took the time to be careful with the prey he was stalking, just like a snake would. He was gathering information while trying to not stand out too much, yet with his change to Taka, it's a completely different story as he dives headfirst into the Kage summit. His hatred for Danzo had clouded his way of thinking rationally, which gets demonstrated numerous times through Sasuke abandoning his teammates to Karin literally saying he isn't the same Sasuke as before. We as the audience are slowly watching a new monster being built in front of us, both symbolically and literally through Sasuke's Susano continuously evolving the more he progresses through this arc. On the opposite side of things, we have Danzo, trying to escape from this reality where the spotlight shines on him to reveal all of the secrets he's been hiding in the dark. Danzo has always been a character who behaves like a rat, only rising up to the surface from the depths of the foundation when it benefits him only. But now that he's taken that next step as Hokage, he gets a rude awakening from Sasuke on how it isn't so easy anymore to run away from the sins that he's committed. Once the two characters come face to face again for what will be their final fight, Danzo sets the tone of the conflict straight away by revealing his arm filled with sharingan eyes. No words need to be said in this moment to honestly display how much of a power move and a threat this is to Sasuke. Danzo showing the eyes of his slaughtered clan right in front of him, as you could only imagine the amount of anger building up in Sasuke at this current moment. It also pretty much confirms that Danzo played a part in the Uchiha massacre straight away, rather than waiting to find an answer at the very end of the fight. But for Sasuke, this still wasn't good enough. He wanted to hear it all, right from the source himself, how his brother was ordered to take on this heavy cruel burden of killing his own clan in cold blood. And Danzo cracks quite quickly, and I'm not just talking about his bones being crushed by Sasuke's Susano, but when it came to spurting out his confidential information. It honestly continues the theme of how Danzo doesn't like getting pushed into a corner with nowhere to run, yet he still holds close to his vile mindset and way of thinking, which is shown through this sentence alone. But Itachi, by revealing his secret to you, finally truly betrayed Konoha. That is a wild statement to make, considering we know all of the hardships Itachi has had to deal with throughout his life. So this comment from an old man who has always harbored a grudge against the Uchiha gives him that small taste of satisfaction where he no longer feels bad spitting upon Itachi's name. But of course, this was Sasuke's breaking point, clenching Danzo to death like a cockroach. However, this only marked the start of the end when it came to this battle of illusions.
Now, the physical side. This fight really shows how good chakra is as a power system. The unique quality of chakra is that anyone can learn almost any move. A majority of magic systems in the battle genre restrict characters to only one move. The only other system that's like Naruto, off the top of my head, is triggers from World Trigger. By allowing characters to learn various unrelated abilities, it gives them a deeper arsenal of moves that creates a wider array of possible strategies. In this fight, Sasuke uses Fire Style, Chidori, Summoning Shurikens, Summoning Hawk, Genjutsu, Amaterasu, and Susano. Danzo uses Wind Style, Izanagi, Wood Style, a Paralysis Curse Mark, Summoning, and a Suicide Jutsu. The next great quality is the short-term strategy used in the fight. Starting in 476, Danzo tries to punch Sasuke, who counters with his Susano shield and attacks with the arm. The Hokage candidate escapes death with the reality warping Izanagi. Danzo tries to blindside Sasuke with the kunai, but the shield saves him and Sasuke crushes him. Once again, Danzo counters with Izanagi. Sasuke's next attack forces Danzo into the air, and since he can't dodge in the air, Sasuke blazes him with Amaterasu. Danzo counters with Izanagi and blindsides Sasuke again with wind bullets. Sasuke's evasion forces him off the bridge, so he saves himself by summoning a hawk to carry him with the blood drawn from the attack. When Sasuke flies back, Danzo gets rid of the hawk with the wind blade. Sasuke dodges it, and the two go in for a clash. Danzo chokes the Uchiha, but the latter is able to cut through him. Danzo countered with Izanagi. Sasuke's next move was to trap Danzo in a Genjutsu while he blindsided him, but Danzo countered with a curse mark that he had set up. Danzo tried to kill Sasuke, but the latter countered with his Susano, which defended and attacked at the same time. The armor powered up and gained bow and arrows. It fired a shot, which Danzo countered by summoning a tree to divert his path. Sasuke shot again, but Danzo countered with Izanagi. After escaping another arrow, he shoots wind at the giant armor, but it's ineffective, so he decides to summon Baku for a pincer attack. Baku uses his vacuum to attack Sasuke from the front, while Danzo attacks Sasuke from the back, which is Susanoo's weak spot. Sasuke counters by spitting fire into the vacuum, unsummoning Paku, and allowing him to punch Danzo. Sasuke tricks Danzo into admitting how his ability works in 479. He kills Danzo again with Susano, forcing an izanagi. The two are running out of chakra and Sasuke's Susano disappears. He throws summoned shuriken to distract Danzo, who counters with izanagi. Danzo imbues his kunai with wind and Sasuke creates a chidori sword. The two impale each other, but Sasuke's attack is more lethal. Danzo thinks he has an izanagi left, but he doesn't. When Sasuke tries to end the fight, Danzo takes Karin hostage. Sasuke counters by stabbing through both of them. Danzo tries one last suicide attack, but it fails. The next great quality is the long-term strategy. These are plans that span over multiple exchanges. Danzo's first is his izanagi strategy, which he uses to survive lethal attacks. His second long-term strategy started in chapter 477, when he grabbed Sasuke. Here, he set up a curse mark that would later be used to paralyze his opponent. Sasuke also started his long-term strategy in this chapter, when he casted a genjutsu. The Uchiha noticed that Danzo kept checking the eyes on his arms, which kept closing periodically. The first genjutsu was to see if Danzo could be caught by regular genjutsu, which he could. This allowed him to cast a simple genjutsu to make Danzo think that he still had an extra eye left. And finally, the fourth quality. Just like with the JJK fight I recently analyzed, this is a chess match. Every single move from 476 to 481 is a strategic move to gain an advantage or win the battle. There's even a combination of short-term and long-term strategies in this fight. There's absolutely no padding in this fight. Every attack, defense, and counter is a calculated decision, which makes the fight so spectacular.
The ending to this conflict is by far the most interesting, as it's very different to how other fights in the series play out. Danzo has run out of options and is once again pushed into a corner, and it's fitting how his lack of experience with the sharingan caused this. Danzo continued using izanagi hastily at every opportunity he could, as Sasuke was easily able to take advantage of his rather poor use of it through examples mentioned before, like tricking Danzo into believing he had one extra eye left. It makes Sasuke's line of him saying, "Now that's battling with your eyes, do not mock the Uchiha," all the more powerful of a statement, demonstrating how truly big of a gap there is between them both. And now that Danzo has no safe haven to return to, he looks for the next best possible solution that could grant him an opportunity to be free from this mess, and he does this by taking a hostage. Not much needs to be said here, as even Sasuke himself points out how ironic of a situation this is, seeing one who praised the act of self-sacrifice taking a hostage, as while Danzo does say he doesn't consider his life precious, he believes he should still be alive as only he can reform the shinobi world. Yet this doesn't go quite the way Danzo had envisioned, as Sasuke strikes an attack through both Karin and Danzo, in a way using Danzo's own words against him, where he saw a sacrifice was necessary for this moment and took it. We then get this really great scene of Sasuke slowly following a limping Danzo, watching his prey squirm and struggle, all while a smile is plastered over his face. It may be a brief moment, but it's enough for Sasuke to finally see the one responsible behind the pain and suffering get a taste of their own medicine, as the past, aka Sasuke, has finally caught up to Danzo. And speaking of the past, we see a really neat flashback which ties up some of Danzo's beliefs, this especially being the case for finding the right moment to die. As we've seen in this fight, Danzo desperately does not want to die till he finds the right moment, and in this flashback we see that from how he hesitates to put himself forward to be a diversion. It's one thing to say in your mind you'll do something, but it's a completely different story to have that conviction both through mind and action. However, someone who did have that type of conviction was Sarutobi, resulting in him always being one step ahead of Danzo, this including being Hokage. And because of this small recollection of the past Danzo has, he believes he has found his place to die, even if it wouldn't be as impactful of a sacrifice compared to his teacher, the second Hokage, and his friend through Sarutobi. He had the conviction he needed, which results in his very own sacrifice. And while this does nothing to stop Sasuke and the masked man, it does something for Danzo in regards to himself. It showed a strong, mighty conviction for once. Unfortunately for Danzo, he was locked into a battle with a boy who, from the very start, had an unwavering headstrong goal that had no intention of stopping till his destination was reached.
In conclusion, this fight is elite on a physical level due to the deep arsenal of magic the characters had, the short-term and long-term strategies, and the chess-like strategizing that made every move important. It's also impactful on an emotional level due to the great character writing behind Sasuke, Danzo, Itachi, and Hiruzen. Their webbed history brings so much emotion into this fight that is capitalized on through the physical exchanges. I think all of these things combined make it the greatest fight in Naruto, and quite possibly anime and manga. Thank you to Mike Yubi for helping me out with this video. Please go check out his channel. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links will be in the description.